Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
Welcome to the ninth draw of the Stew Sells 1824 Halifax Classic. I'm Hugh Avery. With me is Selena Thompson. Selena, we have in draw 9, we have Team MacIssac coming off a win yesterday against Team Aslan, and Team Manuel looking to rebound after a loss to... They lost.
It's both pretty active on the circuit, coming off Team Manuel coming off the win from Dave Jones last weekend. Team MacIssac, I watched their games. They played well and somehow didn't qualify. So that would have been a frustrating one, but they're an excellent team. So this should be an awesome game tonight.
Yeah, so MacIssac in the draw to the button, they won hammer. So they'll try to control the first end, and we'll just introduce the teams. So shooting now is the lead for Team Manuel, Nick Zacharnuk, 27-year-old engineer with Lockheed Martin. At second is Jeff Meyer, 25-year-old engineer in training at Irving. Cameron McKenzie, 37-year-old confidential financial advisor. I think I know where he works, but he didn't write it down, so I better not say.
I also think his age is wrong. He's 33.
Okay, so...
Still room on this one.
But it is definitely Cameron.
He probably filled that out, too.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking.
Matt Manuel is the skip of that team. Matt is 27-year-old project manager with Shenex.
Should be able to go.
And at lead for Team MacIssac, Kristen McCurdy, an 18-year-old grade 12 student and dairy farmer. And then at second we have Owen Fisher, 17-year-old. 17? Wow, is that a misprint? Agricultural business at Dalhousie Agricultural Campus. And Nathan Gray, 18-year-old engineering at Dal, is a student there. And Calan MacIssac, 20, works for Truro Landscaping as an operator and laborer. And apparently he is the only player allowed to try all the PEI brewing products. We asked one of our sponsors is PEI brewing products, and he's the only one who's allowed, and I think emphasis on allowed to try.
No comment. I'm sure they follow all the rules.
I think they would.
So we have a center guard up after Stone's in the rings on the first. Center guard up from Team Manuel. Come around from Team MacIssac. So both getting into it. Both teams in Pool C. So the way the tournament works is you play through your pool. The men's division has 4 teams per pool, so you play 3 games, and then there's a crossover with another team from another pool that'll happen Saturday. And teams will want to have, you want to have a 3-0 record in your pool going into that crossover. For Team MacIssac, they don't have a loss yet, but Team Manuel, they're really looking to put a win in.
Yeah. This is a strong team, MacIssac team. I think both Owen Fisher and Nathan Gray were on Canada's Youth Olympics.
They were
last year.
Yep.
Runner-up, I believe, at the Canadian Junior Championships as well. This is a strong junior team. That's why I was surprised Owen shooting now is only 17.
Yeah, they're a young, competitive junior team.
For a while.
Top eight, gotta go.
Now, I was watching a little bit this morning, Hugh, and we'll have to see if it's different now. This morning, the ice was lightning fast. At least the game I was watching, one of the two teams had a hard time throwing it light enough to stick around in the rings. first end. Usually we'll have it a little slower, but we'll expect to see that pick up as all the paths are thrown. So series of come-arounds here. Just jockeying for positioning.
Yeah, you saw early in yesterday in our first day, a lot of teams play that first in pretty clean, and these guys are getting right at it right away. And I think both teams can throw that big weight if they need to clean things up really quickly. So
yeah, and throughout the tournament too, you start to see teams get a little more comfortable with the ice and willing to be a little more aggressive early on. Eight ends don't feel so long. We give up a couple points, so I want to get that early, and that just ticks.
Rub on there.
Good set of lungs on Martin. He's actually in the parking lot.
Matt had them on it right away. I knew it was a little narrow, so.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I'd Martin always good. The whole national team always good to have around the decks. Most
So now, good time to make a play. Manuel Stone just coming up, wrecking on the guard there. Gives you an opportunity to get 3 yellows in the... and I'll want to stick this around the 8-foot. Just board weight, so they'll get curl.
Curdy's on it right away.
Gotta go. Hard.
very far apart.
This one looks like it's all over the front.
Yeah, the fourth.
That's a bit of a miss there.
We'll see how it plays out, but if it stays intact, I think by now both teams will sort of shrug.
Looked like it was narrow right away. They were.
Yeah, and really didn't move the rocks too far. They were looking for board, but early on, the teams wouldn't have thrown that path for draw to the button either. It was into the 8-foot, so you got to give it a little bit extra on those first goes.
10.5.
So if you're watching us on live stream, you can probably see us, and one of us is.
I look great.
That's not her natural hair color, or is it?
I thought it would be fun for the kids giving out candy, and it was a hit. But I didn't have time to take it off.
But it is the season.
Straight.
It's a great night for trick-or-treating.
Yeah, beautiful. Maybe not the ice maker's favorite. Oh, nice shot there from Cameron.
Great shot.
It's good.
Cameron, the new player on this team. I watched during Stu Sells, not Stu Sells, during the Dave Jones, and I thought Cameron really played well. Like typically, it takes a little while for someone new joining a team to fit in, but he, I thought he shot the lights out in a few games there. So nice one there as well.
Cleanup time. This is Nathan Gray. Just trying to lose a couple of those reds. Might be able to get 3. Had to curl a bit more.
And this end turned around really fast, Selena. It's only a couple of stones ago. It looked like
Team MacIssac was set up, but now they'll be happy they have hammer. And so it's not over. They've still got a couple yellows in there, and really you can't get at that back 8-foot one. And there's a gimme double on the 2 reds.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I don't think it'd be very fancy. Like you just get one in there.
I think we're third. Or fourth.
Matt's looking if the red in the top 12 is out counting the yellow on the side 12, and that would be potentially a second or third point for Team MacIssac. So he's happy to guard the situation. We heard the front end with the thrower Cameron there talking about maybe lobbing one in. Could set up a triple that way. I think that's why Matt's favoring the guard.
Early. Line only. Pretty tight. Nick only. Yep. Where are you? Whoa. Keep the brooms down.
Yep, distance. Yeah, you gotta bite the line. Hard.
They didn't want to leave a hole there on the center line, so good sweeping just to get that a couple feet further.
You can see MacIssac now ask Nathan to open this up.
Tons of curl here. You did a great job putting the ice in shape to make shots.
Is there a chance to get all of these, Selena? I don't know if you can get all of them.
Yeah, he can rattle everything. Be going over the top,
Yeah.
across the face of the higher red and forefoot.
Yep. Yep.
This isn't light.
Hard! Time at the start of the game.
Hard. Gotta go.
They want high side. They did not want that.
That couldn't have worked out any worse for them. You now have 2 guards out front. You have down the 3 red rucks in the rings.
Yeah, we're on to skip stones now too, so Team Manuel just looking at what does Team MacIssac have to score to get something in there.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be raising that yellow. We're playing a hit through the hole.
Half top 8. Full top 8. Oh, yeah, exactly. We get a little bit.
So you see where this rock will go, will block that hit through the hole. Calan might be forced to run that yellow.
Yellow, too.
You might take this yellow away. That's not a bad shot either.
Yeah, the ideal shot is to actually split the center line, I think. Try and take everything away.
No, I'm just going top 8. I mean, if I sat in that pocket, it wouldn't be too bad a shot. Okay. 15 and a half.
Away right now. It's a little deep.
15-3.
For
Take
a roll
half top 8, full top 8.
Look good, but provide some opportunity for Team Malcolm to get in there and shrink the rings.
First of skip stones, this is Matt Manuel. And like you mentioned, 2-time defending provincial champion for men's.
Go for her. Take curl. T-line, don't.
Calling top 4.
Curl.
Jeff trying to curl this and get some of the weight out of it too. So there's an opening for Team MacIssac.
A little deeper than
Still doesn't look pretty.
I think if you could you get down through the hole there?
Yeah. I'm looking at what Calan's saying there is to try and get to the inside. There's that guard out front. From the hack, I think it's edge to edge.
I think that's a pretty tough shot to get the inside of that red to roll it any.
I like the hole on the other side. Make the double there, but he's looking at the run anyway.
He's not looking at the hole there. Doesn't there look like we're behind the sheet? I mean, it's tight.
If you ever wick, it's not good though.
Nathan's pointing out that too, the hole, but I'm not sure if.
Sometimes it looks different when you get down in the hack. Yeah, I think they're talking about it.
It's just we might be able to get 3 rocks moving with this, and like you can hit it high, you can hit it not
It's always
as high.
interesting with the opposition.
That you
Scared
can't
of
be
it, you can chase it. But if you
That pretty much explains it. You can't be watertight on that one. This one, you get a little bit of forgiveness, so you might move them all around. So
Yeah, a little bit high side. You've got basically 2/3 to 3/4, I think, would be pretty good here. So clean up.
Very appealing from the hack, but the shot's definitely available.
Yep.
on it right away. A lot of weight.
Mark!
And that is not what he wanted.
They called really tight ice on that, and I didn't see, it's hard to see from where we are, if Calan was just snug. They called the sweep out of his hand. High side was definitely the miss.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you had to miss on the high side.
I was 6 feet heavy.
You could have. There was a lot to drive it into. You couldn't afford to do what he did.
So I think we're going to see a repeat here of the attempted shot from Matt.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, so just take the same broom. I'll try and take 4 feet.
If Matt puts that in there.
6 feet off. Yeah, you want to be right to it.
If he puts that in there, they're going to be. I don't think there'll be a chance to score. It'll be probably happy with giving up only 2.
Towards that yellow stone on the tee line. And now we're going to probably see
Just keep it clean. Like I think if the weight's close, this will curl a little more.
Yep. The column is underneath. I think that's good if you can get it half buried. It blocks freeze for.
So this will be to sit 5 and to try and take away any chance to score, really.
Curl. Tee line.
This one's out there again.
Here left.
If it's less weight, it should curl a bit more.
Looks like it's coming over quite nice now.
Whoa, whoa! We're there. Tee line.
Well,
That's what they drew up.
I think so.
I think I'd rather be red right about now.
Given the choice.
That double is kind of tough. So I think this.
Yeah.
So at this point, Hugh, looking to see how few you can give up.
line like this. So as much as you have to draw weight from practice,
I don't know if you can throw it hard enough and get everything moving and still score, but I think Calan may as well have a go at it.
It's going to be tough to give up a heck of a shot, and you're still giving up.
I think you give up 1 maybe if you get this right in the crotch of those 2 reds. And
I think, yeah, the one that's out front is not going to be out counting it. I think it'll be tough.
being called from the
Just
front
not
end.
nose like half.
But they need to make one. They've made too many misses in a row, and
A little light. You know, I think they.
let's see, last rock. Angle run.
Yep. Gotta go. Hard.
This might not have been quite
Hard.
or sorry, a little more
Hard. Gotta go.
than maybe you expected.
Not too shabby. I think that might be a steal of 2.
at least
Definitely 1.
not 3. It's either 1 or 2.
Even if you have that.
And I think for Team MacIssac, if we get a measure on this for the second point, they're pretty happy.
Yeah.
All kinds of excitement in the first end. Every other game is in the second end except ours.
Well, that was terrible.
It took us, that pretty much sums it up, I think. Calan summed it up. That was a pretty terrible end for them. Shake it off. You only give up 2. Like no different if you had not have won the hammer and you gave up 2. So that's how you got to look at it, right? You're not out of it. If you're going to have a really bad end, have it in the first end, right? And then you can come back.
That's what I said this morning when I was watching my brothers play, and they gave up a 5, and then.
Yeah, but that's not a really.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
No.
It's like,
Nothing is as
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in the second end, and Team MacIssac's going to keep that hammer. I give up a steal of 2. He's probably satisfied that he gave up a steal of 2.
it's all about perspective.
Yeah, and so just shake it off. Just think the other team started with the hammer and they got 2 on you. And
Down the sheet. We'll just remind you that there are 4 sheets on the go here at the Halifax.
build your way back up into
Quickly
it.
take you around the ring. Sheet number 4.
That'll be a real test for them, right? That's you got to see how teams react, and
Number 1.
it's not going to be the last time that you give up a steal of 2 in the first end. You got to learn from those.
I
And
believe commentating if you get tired of Glenn and I, and that is Team Manuel versus Team Isaac. Team Manuel took a 2 in end number 1. And I believe I see
Team Manual.
in end number 1 on sheet number 1 between Team
Oftentimes the team would be up a couple points, and you'll see them lob one into the rings, but
Yeah, that just got by.
didn't see the call there for Nick. Didn't seem like he came up light, so they must have called that.
It's always straight. It's always straight.
Tough shot here for Duncan in the face. So it's very good.
Team MacIssac,
Yep, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Chris here asked to put up a corner guard.
A lot of yellow that can get stuck.
Mission accomplished.
We've been seeing some nice movement to the wings, actually all across the ice. Hugh, so far, we're on the second day. 9th draw, I think.
It is the 9th draw. 4th one today. 5 of them yesterday. 5 was a long day yesterday, Selena, but much more manageable for the ice crew. They actually have 15 minutes extra between draws. And
oh, wonderful.
yeah. So.
Line's good. Looks a little heavy.
I'm always surprised on the last draw of a day if we're starting on time or early, so it's really, really nice.
You do a few of these things like we have. It's quite often if you're doing the late draw, you just phone it down to say, what time is this going to start? And this one actually started on time, maybe even a little early. So
nice shot there from Nick, though. Just biting the top 4, maybe halfway. And you always like that stone, that shot stone, to not be on the button. It's, if you're a novice curler, you're thinking, oh, I want to race to the button, but in this case, with the amount of curl, it's awful easy to bump that stone, so the better placement is a couple feet higher.
So this is one of 4 games going on right now. Selena, we've got over in sheet 4, we also have Team Aslan versus Team Steel. Blank the first end, and on sheet 8 we have Team McNutt playing Team Duncan, and then we have the Scottish Killers over on sheet 1, Team Blades. They've knocked off both.
I saw that. An extra end, I think, in both games too.
They want to only play Scottish teams, I think, but they are playing Team St. George. So heck of a tournament for Team Blades to knock out 2 quality teams like that, and then they had another close one against Team McNutt. So get a win here, they'll be making the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if they make the playoffs.
Line's good. Straight. Straight. Straight.
So when the rock's a little light, we know it's going to curl early, so the sweepers know they got to be on it.
Good sweep
That came up nice.
Sweep by Cameron there.
This is interesting too.
And so herein lies the beauty and the frustration of the 5 rock rule. Team Manuel couldn't hit a guard there, and so they got to put one in and make a nice little lineup of rocks. So when you're the team with hammer, you have that extra guard, but you got to make a run at some point.
What do you think of this call? Like the other call he could do here is play the front 2 to peel those off. He's going right at it and being really aggressive.
I think they're almost so good that you got to get something in there.
Line's good. Curl.
Because you're going to spend a couple rocks getting rid of those reds.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Better
Gotta get off the guard.
But it's on the guard.
First time we've seen that turn, Team Manuel's been playing the intern, the other side of the sheet.
Solid hack. You got like a third. I like board.
The miss here, of course, would not be to flash everything, but hit the guard. They're trying to go after the Yellowstone in the top 12, though.
And so curls across the center line, covers that shot stone in the 4-foot.
If Jeff gets through there, and
Yes!
it's really tight, Selena.
Yeah, this is
Hard cam.
really moving.
Hard cam.
They don't want to leave a guard.
Okay.
I think the yellow's open.
Well, now I think you need to clean up here, Mr. MacIssac.
Conversation, but
And he doesn't.
you really want to say same practice, and you want to hear yes. Let's go.
It's hard. You make that double run and your shooter's sticking out front and your yellow's gone. So I understand. I understand the thinking. We're still on second stones. Owen's second of 2, so it seems like they've convinced Calan make the run. Good news for Team MacIssac. There's a couple guards in play after this is gone, too. I like that for them.
That is a lovely
Yes,
bit of curling.
whoa, 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 whoa,
I don't think a single rush would
Girl. Whoa. Girl.
From Calan MacIssac. She gets her single
Oh,
draw
just
game
misses.
4. So after end number 2, we have a 1-1 score.
Guarding it?
We'll have number.
You can double peel and the one and. No. Maybe we can double peel. Then we hit it.
Cameron's just wondering, do we ever hit the open stone? But I think from Matt's perspective in the house, a little worried about those guards that are still out front. It's 2 stones and it acts as one big guard.
Here we are.
Okay, no deeper. Line spine to the logo. Probably over and off. We'll pass the logo. Okay, just over and off. Line's good. Okay, just to the logo. Line's good. Yep.
We love our sponsors like Stanhope Simpson as reference points in the ice for the sweepers to give.
Yeah.
It's super helpful.
Team would be happy to waste a couple ends, so getting a little
Change of tactics for Team MacIssac. That guard's a little higher. The run's not as friendly.
yeah, that was a great team shot. It's,
They need to make one here. Selena, they need to turn this around.
trying to just either to keep it clean or be
Line early.
in position, but
Where? Top 8.
So, maybe a little tighter than the one, but it is a guard. It's
Room.
on the center line, so it's not touchable,
Girl.
it's not movable.
Curl and go.
Oh, Duncan, not interested.
Hard, gotta go. Hard.
It's coming up. It looks good.
Little concerned.
That's a good shot.
preference play.
Team Manuel has to be aware of it now.
How do you want to handle certain
Yeah, they got to be careful.
a lot of folks
Still have that other yellow one over on the side, and now you're set up. You could possibly get your 2 back.
start and allow those thrown
I think you're just guarding it, Cam.
in the middle, knowing you have time to clean it up if you need to.
Pretty hard to make that any good.
It also brings blocks to the center, which pretty good left.
Matt's thought is the guard. Because, of course, Team MacIssac, they'll have to raise that yellow. So if it's guarded, what are they going to do?
Got to place that guard in a good spot, though, Selena. If they don't,
I'm curious to see what this will do here.
if they don't,
is wider.
if they don't cover that up, you could. Nathan will have a chance to make line 3 yellows.
Whoa! Line's good. Yep.
Looks out there, but it should finish. It's pretty high.
Distance. Whoa.
More buried. That is now fully open.
Pretty good guess on the line. That'll do the trick. So now how do you get in there?
Real nice releases on those.
Wonder if the double peel will, like
Yeah,
Calan's
that's-
indicating, really spin off that yellow guard
It
too.
comes off that yellow, and where does that end up? Does it roll right into
Gonna
the?
do off of this.
Yeah, it could roll back into the rings. But you got to do something up front.
The yellow could spin, like it could work really nicely too.
No.
And so could the red.
Yeah, half.
And it looks more likely that the red comes off the yellow and spins in. The yellow just goes across the side. But we'll see. Is he coming in with it, or is he trying the double peel?
Double peel. Half rock.
Curl.
Watch that red.
Hey,
So they want to hit that a little thicker because now they don't really have access to the yellow in the top 8 still. They needed that red to spin off. So Calan can use that red in the side 8 to get into the 4-foot for shot on his last. That's why they're looking at it.
He goes for broke around that. I can one on top of it. And he's got a really hard shot for 2. The only other thing I see is this, but that gets a little dicey if I roll in like there.
This sort of guard for the
Yep. What are you guarding? That hole. I mean, the only other shot I'm seeing is this.
That's a tough draw that they're talking about right now.
Yeah. He could probably make that with 9.5. You like just guarding the hole? Yeah. I don't hate the yellow either, but yeah. This is just really no good. No, I know. And if I do that, that's no good either. Okay, let's go to the hole then.
I think this goes back to a principle in curling.
Go high with it.
That you make the other team make the hard shots sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, the in-off.
Especially you're up a couple points, you know. You'd love to force, or in this case, potentially steal.
Turn draw to the edge of the 4-foot. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he plays the intern. I don't think that super tempting. He knows it's that he's super fun. I throw the intern draw to the top 4 and okay. So kind of in the middle of the hole? Yeah, middle of the hole high.
So just going to guard this one up.
Try and go like even with the yellow.
And they anticipate
Just a high 2.
MacIssac will come the intern draw to the 4-foot. Only makes a lot of sense.
I always love when the skip goes down and explains exactly the pros and cons of all the shots to the sweepers, so that we don't have to think too hard about what's in their head.
There. Line's good. Little past. Little logo. Over curling a little. Yeah, a little past that still. A little past that. Pretty close. Come on, Matt.
So does he play the intern draw, or does he chuck that yellow one back in?
Good job. Oh boy.
Looking at the soft weight, you'd have to play soft weight to get the roll with this yellow on the outside. I think Calan's thinking it won't come into play. I kind of like the intern tap, but I don't know that you can throw enough weight to get the red out of the 4-foot.
Can't play the double on your own yellow? Selena, you can't play the double on your own yellow?
The side 12-foot one?
Yeah.
Like half a rock, angle it in?
Yeah.
It might be there. That's very thin. Like you're almost chipping it sideways to do that. I think you're just trying. If you do that, you're trying to
come
just
in
get
off
in.
it yourself.
Oh yeah, that's what they're looking at. Yeah.
Oh no, I wouldn't. You'd be playing that so thin.
It's like, I don't know if you would play that, but maybe not me.
Yeah.
So how much Calan can see will determine the weight he can throw at this. If you can't see enough past the guards to throw big weight because it won't curl, then you have to soften it. And then we're going to be throwing the out turn, which is the flatter turn when you come off the hit.
Just playing control weight, he said. You don't get to take that red all the way out. You just got to push it over.
No, this is a play just to get in there for shot. That would be a big deal in this end, where we've had that red stone there since the third stone of the end.
If I knew draw weight, I'd throw the draw, but hoping I'd draw.
Saying he doesn't know the draw weight, so he's going to try this. If he doesn't make this one, Selena, I'm not sure he's going to have a shot on the last one.
Call him board.
Curl!
More than board. I was wondering, so miss there with the ice call. we're seeing the hits run a little straighter, I think, today. That one was straighter than even I thought. Because they have the rock.
I think he put his out turn, both his out turns in the first end, I think were inside.
Yeah.
I don't know if he just put this one out just to make up for that. I don't know, but
I think this will run.
But they're within the 4 foot too. Like I'm noticing a lot of the teams on all the sheets, really, not just our streamed sheets,
Force them to play the run.
going quite straight in the edge 8 and the 12-foot area. The draws are hanging there too. You have to wait a long time for them to curl. But then, of course, when you're throwing hit weight,
Like short's a good miss here.
the rock doesn't grab. It doesn't have enough time, and it has too much speed.
Corner pros on the yellow, like it's not the worst miss, right?
They're seeing a sort of shorter run back.
So this is the intern draw for Matt Manuel. This would be to sit 3.
and even if he's a bit light, he discards that draw, and then MacIssac is going to have his run on the yellow that's out front there.
Teams getting caught on the currently,
And if you can leave that kind of shot against your opponent, you're going to win a lot more games than you lose.
and then on the righty in turn, he would have
Really putting a spin on that. It's this is a wide draw.
Line's good.
find
Straight.
pressure on here with the first.
Line's real good. Hard.
The rock's trying to stop, isn't it? It's just grinding.
If they get by that yellow. That's not bad, though.
No, it does the trick.
Just slower.
Just
There is a run double here for 2.
yeah, it's the only shot he has.
Only shot he has, yeah. Yeah, he looked at that red yellow, and I think that just goes across the top of the red and over. And it's going to be some weight on it, Selena.
Air high.
There's two ways to make it. Calan's actually indicating the hair high, which would come off the red right behind
Right behind the
Chris.
yellow.
I kept wanting to call him Ian. Chris. And a little higher, you go into the one in the top 4.
I think that's what he's aiming for, the one in the top 4.
94 people on the street. I'm sure all 94 of them would love
So we'll see.
Couple ways to make it. So last rock facing 2 red counters.
understanding it might not be feasible.
Yep. Straight.
Feasible
Hard.
given the situation on the ice. For those of you watching on the stream,
Oh,
Almost.
let us know and maybe
Awfully close there.
though.
early.
So it'll be a steal of 1 for Team Manuel. They'll go up 3-0.
It'll be a 3-0 lead, yeah, but it was a heck of a try. But just had to stay out there a little bit further, and he probably had that.
Enjoy fall to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Calan.
Are you hearing me in Mundo?
Once he made that corner free, kind of trouble. Well, we just had to. We were all in on your guard. If he had
All right, Hugh. Is this a case of we don't want the hammer anymore for Team MacIssac? Sometimes you start to feel like that. Like just score, give me something.
good air on that.
He had a chance though. That was awfully close. That run back.
Bad shot. It's gave up a steal of 1, but that was a much better throw than some of his other ones. So take some positive out of it. And he was only just a fraction of an inch away from making a double and tying up the game. Just some updates over on sheet 4. Colton Steele took a single in the second end to go up 1-0 over Team Aslan.
No, I think he's right.
Sheet 8, McNutt had a heck of a draw against Bundle and got her single, and to tie that game up 1-1 against Team Duncan. And then I think it's Team Blades up 2-0 on St. George.
You got it.
Line's good. Line's good.
100% on the score reading, Hugh.
Yeah, that's very
Great job.
down there.
Little bit of room.
Like I was carving pumpkins all day, and my eyes are all batty.
Need to finish it. You can go 16.
So Nick Zacharnik leading us off again with that center guard. We haven't talked about it yet, but these games, 8 ends in length and employ the 5-rock free guard zone as well as the no-tick rule. If you're not familiar with that, if a guard's on the center line within the first 5 stones in the guard area, the opponent can't tick it off the line. Well, I guess they can, and the non-offending team could choose to leave it, but you're usually trying not to. And I think Hugh is showing me his pumpkin carving this year, and he's gone with current superstar pop culture icons like Deadpool and Wolverine, T. Swift.
Yep.
It looks like Dame Maggie Smith potentially,
Yeah.
So we got
and Kamala Harris.
comments here.
That's how great you've done. Is they're recognizable.
So
It's on theme this year. Had to be on theme.
comments on the mic. I think
Quite.
we can hear you a little bit better now. We have someone watching from Edinburgh,
So we have
and we do.
This looks familiar.
looks familiar. That's
Bird with Chandler the dog is in fact up. Is
Line's
in fact
good.
watching
just got to get your deuce back here, Selena, and
the dog.
Yep.
you're right back in the game.
Line's good.
Again, appreciate you.
Little bit of room.
watching
Line's
the game. You're
fine.
watching Kelly on the ice.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Curling hard. Line's
Always
good.
Jeff.
It's good. Line's good.
Always Jeff.
Line's good. A little deeper. Great shot, Nick.
Just like last end.
Yeah, a couple of nice. This is exactly what Nick did last time.
Nick's throwing nicely.
Nick is solid. He's played a long time with Matt Manuel. Played juniors together for a long time.
Yeah,
and,
very long time.
Played third with him in juniors, and then dropped down to second with him, and now playing lead.
Slipped a little bit.
Very solid player and heck of a sweeper.
Like one red for sure. Oh, pardon the French there. The frustration from Holly Dunn.
There's such a difference in the game, Hugh, the sweeping that we're seeing, especially with the directional and the ability. Like, if you're watching, you'll see the brooms tilted in all different directions there. So Owen sweeping, curl and distance there with the broom head perpendicular to the direction of the rock. But then you'll see the knifing technique that we have, where they'll angle the brush head, trying to slow it down.
I try to use the leaning
Fun.
technique, and just to lean on the broom a little bit.
Like the heavy clean.
Yeah, heavy cleans.
Yep.
That's about all I like.
Blades.
It's not a bad little shot. That poked out the other side, so I think Jeff will go at this one. Jeff Mara.
George, nothing. After 3 ends of play. On sheet 2.
Yeah, Jeff and Nick are among the two of the best front end sweepers in the game in Nova Scotia right now, I'd say.
Very strong, yeah.
For steal to the 6.
Clean. Yep. Still on.
1-0. Team has
Whoa. Yep. Still on. Yep.
And your strength is only as good as your accuracy with weight judgment, too.
Hard. Whoa.
Oh, got that by.
Great sweep by
Nice
Cameron.
shot, Jeff.
Heck of a shot.
looked like the indication was a yellow.
So he can throw, too.
Yeah, I think
That's all right.
Calan will come down and draw on top of that one.
Yeah, there we go. Maria Fitzgerald pulling it up for us.
A little more friendly front of the house for Team MacIssac this end. I
Yeah.
know that was a hit there, but it wasn't a guard.
That's 16 rocks out there out front, and you can't get in.
And it's back and forth, so Team Manuel, they're up 3. They were only up 2 last end, and
Top 4.
maybe that call just reflecting a little more defensiveness.
Curl.
The more you're up, the more defensive you tend to be.
You're up there.
This one's got to curl over.
Hard. Keep going.
Okay, welcome back here. End number 4, Stu Sells, 1820.
Hang that rock straight.
We should mention quickly, the 7th annual men's event this year was brought to you again by Steel.
Yeah, that one didn't react like the first one, Selena. The first, I mean, it was a little
No.
heavier, but the
partner sponsor.
Chris's second stone over curled. In fact, to the point where Jeff came to the other side and took it out. So.
Yeah, Calan indicating maybe that rock is a straight one. I think Jeff might have tossed this one a little wide, though.
Please.
Got it off the line.
Very familiar with Scotia Sevens. And neon.
Straight.
They really got that curling because that was, they had to go straight after that.
Yeah.
Nice weight. The down weights are really moving off the line.
I think it's the same shot, is it not? Just come right in there.
I think so. Calan would be aware that there'd be a slash off the side red if you put this not quite perfect.
It's the same shot as the last time.
There's still 1-2.
Very big supporter of the game. I mean, I can't say enough thank yous for.
I was thinking freeze the back and the slash would be there, but he's looking at freezing the top one.
Do a check in. The volume is good for both of us now there, Glenn. And we have someone.
And if you play anything on the center line one, you know that guard's going to get peeled in a heartbeat. So they're trying to get a rock in the rings, preserve, and at least use that guard.
Road bikes. Road bike race there at the university for pre-curling days.
This looks like there's a lot of room there, but I think this is gonna be tight. You gotta get just by that yellow and the one that's way out there, and little slip there coming out, indicating back buttons.
Close. Line, yep. Whoa.
Playing towards the center already.
Close.
Yeah, I think
Curl, yep.
good play. Played the free.
Straight.
If that corner was a little tighter, it'd be very tempting.
That looks pretty good.
Not bad shot.
Right now, I don't think that.
Great result. I think that's just about as good as Owen could do.
That was a really heck of a shot, actually. That's not as. It looks like there's a ton of space there, and I don't think there is really. The way the rocks move.
You're making Matt think about it. If it weren't that great, he'd either be able to hit it or tempted to peel that guard. He's talking about freezing it.
Chasing the out turn, but don't hate tight. If we do that, if we guard and he freezes here, yeah, we're not very happy. Yeah, I mean it's a short.
Camera going down to talk.
It's the balance of being.
It's funny watching the team dynamics. I've noticed Nick is the guy who makes a lot of suggestions. Jeff, I don't think says anything. He hasn't said a word. Just
Every so often you'll get a peep, but he has to feel pretty strongly about it.
You're trying to be so precise. Right? You know, how many rocks have been down this path? A little tighter, a little wider.
Yeah. I mean, if he breaks
It worked last end. Team Manuel played the guards last end. They just basically blocked off every play that MacIssac had, and it worked out, although they did have a shot for two at the end of the day. A difficult one. The team's thinking
just like if you scroll to there, it's no good.
Calan would get Nathan to play a freeze on the outturn side if they guard.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with tight.
You can tell Matt favors the guard. He doesn't really like giving a shot to the other team by playing into the rings.
interesting to see if Calan comes down and just freezes on the other side.
So ideally, this is halfway tight, pretty close to the rings, runnable, and you don't want an overlap on the yellow guards, or the red guards, sorry.
No, because then you'll take both your runs away.
Hey, pretty tight. How big? Tight top 12. Oh. Almost top forward. Top forward.
A little heavy.
Curl. Whoa, whoa, straight.
Famous coaches for these two teams. Really?
Hard, Nick. Hard, you got to get it to it.
Coached by the one, the only.
Okay, not bad.
Well, that was the other option that they were talking about. Not the call, but it was one of the options. I guess they'll have to deal with that.
be honest, every time we play, it's not even
Not too
close.
bad. If anything gets run back, that yellow would go now.
Just an amazing person.
And I think Calan's seeing if he can sit
Past chair of the
third,
current participant.
then he might have something on his last to pick that red out. But a couple things have to happen first.
Potentially commentator. I threw the invite out for Teresa to join us on the mic, but she has rebuffed me so far. So, anyways, there's Teresa. That's one of our coaches.
But what else do you do, Hugh? I think you got to put another one in and try and use the backing behind the guard.
Yeah, I think this is the right call. I like this call. It's
So,
All right,
it's
line.
one of those head scratcher ends.
Where?
Yeah, that's great.
Where?
Light.
It's in
All right, gotta go.
you know that the family line.
All right, gotta go. Gotta go.
Really light.
So there you go, the Dow family.
Yeah, it has to be in the rings,
Yeah,
so that's the sweeper's focus.
That's
But
not
it's-
the miss.
Not a distance that'll work well for them. And Team Manuel, they could play that short little run, but I do worry about a jam on the back one.
Yeah, I think it jams now.
comments in the chat. Get some comments in the chat.
Could go through the hole.
Guarding, we're doing that. What's that? If we're doing that, we're just guarding.
Give us some insider
Yeah.
intel. So what the chat determines.
Yeah, I like this. Just, again,
Yeah.
making the other team.
Make the easier shot.
I don't think you need to leave this too high.
I think we saw Halifax just overcurl a hair there, and now we have the opportunity to freeze and put some pressure on, which is well made.
I think so, yeah. My draw ran nice in there, so.
Wondering if this will be similar speed to the other side. Cameron's coming to the top 4 foot. They don't want this one that heavy. They'd probably set up a double that way.
And that's in the front foot.
Straight! Pretty high!
Yellow slash, half of the tight.
Straight! High, halfway high! Straight!
Yeah, it's a tough shot. It's a great outcome.
Straight! High logo. Okay, just Jeff.
The right field would be
Whoa.
fine. They'd have to think about putting up another guard the reds or which expose.
Quite high. Yeah, very high.
So yeah, it's
I think it didn't take away too many shots on that side if you're playing with soft weight. But you got to have a way to get rid of that that red top 4 foot stone for Team MacIssac. I don't know that they can play to the wings anymore.
the yellows is in good shape. So two yellows.
Yeah, you got to get that red one out of there. And right now, the way it's lined up, it's favored to Manuel.
Team doesn't seem as thrilled about playing to the wings either.
Lose your back one, lose the yellow, 6 shots.
It goes straight through the hole.
It's a very well made shot. I mean, I think the 2 is on right now.
Yeah, good result.
Nathan wanted to pick out that yellow onto the red and then roll over, but
Talking about, but a little tap.
Calan indicating that he thinks it goes between those two red ones. And
The red rock will move in towards 4 foot behind the guard.
I just think all of these options are, I mean, they're all difficult shots regardless here, right? What we call low percentage shots, because your chances of making them
Angles are good. I don't want
Are
to
low.
move them.
aren't high.
One yellow here changes what we throw this.
I was thinking just freeze one in there, and then if you ever hit anything on that side, the yellows stay and the reds go. Probably your best opportunity. Tough shot though.
Back 4 is probably what we aim
I think they went with guard. I didn't see.
for. A lot of ice to the back.
Yeah, if you're short, you'll be fine. You just don't want to be short with an overcurl, and then you'll just be half
so then we're back here tomorrow morning again at 9 a.m.
Beautiful. Just what I hope for. Late night and an early morning.
Who came up with this schedule?
It was Hugh, for those of you wondering. It was all Hugh.
I had most of the day off today, so now I get my punishment for the rest of the weekend.
Whoa. It looks heavy. Oh, no.
So they switched shots. Nathan's throwing the same shot that he just did on his last.
Easy, easy. Oh, wow.
I think coming to the back one, though, not to the top one.
Now,
Pretty good result. No, honestly,
I wanted to freeze it a little deep.
always losing.
Yeah, they didn't want to move the red so much, and it's open. To make the roll, though, Matt's making contact with the back red. I think he's thinking throw enough weight that it doesn't matter.
3/4, 2, thick. Yeah, 10.5. This should bounce off pretty hard.
So 10.5, that's like a control. If you use the naming system.
Ricochet off the red. And
What do you use for your hit weights?
Usually
Takeout?
the yellow's going to run off the red.
I usually just say, please hit it.
Takeout weight.
Take out weight. Enough to get rid of it. No, we typically try to throw like 10 as a comfortable weight, I think. We use numbers.
You use the number system.
Well, we try
the
to use the
hog to hog.
We try to
Yeah.
use the number system.
Close. Yep. 11.
11, so it'll curl. A little more than they want.
Hard.
They want to roll.
Nice shot.
Oh. Two sweepers behind the tee.
What's your team use?
Same. We use the number system, yeah. So hog to hog, like are comfortable. We like throwing a 10. 9.5 would be if you need to move the rocks
Yeah.
a little more.
I'll often ask for 10 and they'll give me like a 9.
Two of us have bad knees, so
Yeah.
sub 9's not feeling great lately.
Yeah.
And our second thrower, I don't think she's ever listening to this, but she always gets a weight class lower than I need because if I call a 10, I know I'm getting a 9.5.
Right.
She's just easy weight.
She throws second stone? I
Yeah.
think that's a natural tendency of second stone, so we have one as well.
As long as you can manage it,
That's
right?
right.
Whatever your player does, if you can manage it, and
Our second
It
stone
works.
is probably listening. So, actually, I haven't seen him here. He normally volunteers for everything. I haven't seen him down here yet. Actually, he's probably the one throwing it the best on our team right now.
consistency. So
Yeah.
so Matt made his shot. That's sweeping held it.
Yeah. It's a heck of a
Rolled
shot.
to the back forefoot there. Back button, really. So now Caelan's got to throw the angle run.
3/4 should still do something. So.
And there's a few ways to make this.
They need one here.
This is where we've seen them run a little straighter.
Yes. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
There we go. That's a pretty good result.
A little thin.
Sitting second and, ooh, maybe not third. That red at the back.
That's more like it.
That's not a bad shot at all, though.
No, and if there's a shot for the single at least, and something in there for two probably. They're indicating it's probably the red stone that's third shot.
He's going to play the thin double, yeah.
It's like in chess, Hugh, where your opponent, if they have two shots to get your king, it's checkmate, right? So it's like the deuce here. Calan would have a raise on the yellow red for two,
I see what you're saying.
or a thin double on the left side yellow red for the second point. So it's hard to guard both.
Yeah.
Right? If he knows that, he only gets. If he rolls perfect, it's really hard.
And actually, I think this is the way to make it and leave that This way.
Yeah, try to hold it. And then he might come in and get. Oh no, it won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Can you guard everything?
You like that? Yeah,
They're not-
Our options. If we nose that, I can't really nose it, Nick. I don't like half a rock. Okay. So I got to roll it. So it is a little dicey. Like, I could roll right there where this is. That's why I'm thinking though. I could just draw here. Like as long as I get in the that's what it takes for freedom. Like, yeah, you go like you.
I don't know the
You have to
three.
roll like there, right?
It looks like red's there. I guess he's playing the double
If I make this.
yellow red and trying to get the 2 reds for 3 using the yellow stone at the
Pretty low,
back.
it's like we're 1-3. Are we? Yeah, we're 1-3. So he doesn't like. It's not like if I come up short and I'm sitting here, he's got that for.
I don't even think the yellow raise there is for
Okay, nose that
2.
in a second.
I think that's only for 1.
Is that as the second?
Is it gonna?
So I would leave that shot.
Yeah.
Play the yellow away. Get rid of one. And
So this is the other. I've got all these curling sayings. The best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, I'm looking at the overhead now, and yeah, he's right. It's
I think as long as I don't like go deep to the button. You know what I mean?
I think it's hard to leave a easy shot for a deuce here, as long as you're not heavy. And that's
can't
what
leave a
Matt's
triple
saying.
because there's 4 yellow ones in play.
Almost corner frozen on it.
Yeah.
Barely corner frozen on it. Yeah. I just want to go full top 4. Full top 4, biting center line. And the mist is like full 8, right? The mist is definitely full 8, yeah. Full 8.
I would just say lights the miss. I wouldn't be. You could be. You could be in the top 12 and be safe, I think.
15? Yeah.
interesting. I thought the call was freeze. Didn't realize, or tap, but I didn't realize maybe it's just
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
It's okay. Go forward. Little bit of room. D-line, easy Jeff. Little bit of room, Jeff. Back 4, back 8.
A little deeper than they wanted.
No, back 8. Back 4.
That really was grinding. They were calling back 8.
Ooh.
So.
Is there a right in the crotch? Is it there?
Oh my God. Another worse spot for it.
I feel like a worse spot would be nowhere, like to not. Does it make Calan's shot easier?
I think it makes
Maybe.
Calan's shot easier, actually.
Might make the double on the back reds.
I don't know if it's there or not.
I mean, I have to play it.
I was going to say that. I think he's got to try no matter what.
Of course he's going to try.
Here's my last.
So after 3
So right in the crotch, hey?
rounds of play, Holly Duncan
Are they thinking of hitting the right side one a little earlier?
not having hammer.
That way it might have a chance.
Yeah. Just almost crotch, I think.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
It's going to be tight. It's got to be.
Look down here.
It's got to be a little more than the 10.
yeah, I think Matt got a little lucky. I think his shooter
Same weight.
is tough to get out while still getting rid of the other back button one. But we will see.
Well, it's like right around the same, like 2/3.
What do you think? He's throwing an 8?
Can't be half.
We're playing the second half here of this game between Allie McNutt and her ranks.
So big weight. This is 3rd in a row for Calan MacIssac.
Yep. Whoa.
Something at an angle every end here.
Girl!
Balls to
Jeez.
after taking a big
Got
They got the
a
one.
single. I would just take that. Worked out. I know he won't be thrilled. He didn't get his Zeus, but good result for Team MacIssac to get on the board.
all weekend. Stu sells Halifax Classic.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
We're back. You just saw a lovely little fall advertisement there for our presenting sponsor for the men's division of the Stu Sells 1824 Halifax Classic. That's Steel Subaru. Thank you to Steel Subaru for your continued support of this event. Remind everyone that the women's event is presented by Neon Train. As we get started here in the fourth end, want to also thank our partner sponsors, the Curling Store, Crombie Reet, Scotia Square, Murphy Hospitality Group, PEI Brewing Company, as well as supporting sponsors Stanhope Simpson Insurance and Stu Sells Realty. You're seeing those logos all over the ice. And we want to say a big, huge thank you to all of the sponsors who allow us to continue to put on this event. I think 7 years running for the men's division, if that's right, Hugh.
I think it's 7 years, yeah. 4 years for the women's event. There will be a new women's champion in Taranzoni, Team Taranzoni, who won last year.
Yes, they're not here.
And in fact, it'll be a new women's champion. No repeat. Suzanne Burt won the first one, and then Team Laws won the second one, and then Taranzoni. So we'll have those teams are not here this year, so we'll have a new women's champ. Team Asselin's trying to defend his title from last year.
And I think he had three-man team again last year. Same thing as
I think you're
this
right.
year, if I remember correctly.
I think you're correct.
No corner guard for Team Manuel. They're up 2 with Hammer. They're happy to keep their red stones in the rings. That was Nick Zacharnik and Chris McCurdy, the lead for Team MacIssac, up now. A little bit of work to do for Team MacIssac.
Line's good.
And I think maybe it's just me feeling this way, but I always have that relief when you just, haven't been working well with the hammer and you score, get rid of it. Let's put in the work without and
Gotta go. Hard.
Force or steal.
Hard, right up. Hard. Okay.
That one's lined up nicely behind the guard. The guard's not on the center line, so it's not ideal, but have something in there behind it. Matt's not going to try and hit it.
Hammer, you're thinking about sort of your scoring there. Call it a blanket thought. Really good. Move it down.
Close. Straight.
That being said, that's a fantastic shot.
Straight.
Maybe that blanket 5.
Straight. Straight. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. That's fine, guys.
A nice little shot there.
Fine, Nick.
Really nice from Nick. I'm just looking across the sheets, Hugh. Sheet 1, Blades versus St. George. They're already playing the 5th end, actually.
Yeah, I
so
think,
is McNutt versus Duncan. So
yeah, both the women's teams started a little earlier than the 2 men's games. But I think these games might be having some time management issues if we had clocks.
St. George, after being down 2-0, took a big score of 3 in the 4th to lead by a single point. And in the McNutt-Duncan game, I can only see the McNutt score. 2 to...
McNutt was up 2-1, but Holly Duncan, I think, I'm not sure if she scored 2 or 1. She had a shot for 2, so...
We'll keep you updated. We know that center guard's going to be peeled awful soon. The call here is to get another one in, I think.
So they took at least.
Line's good. Easy. Easy.
they're getting
Curl, curl,
this
curl.
side, second hand,
Gotta go.
number 3 and now number 5. A lot of threes.
U-turn, as we're looking at it,
Hard.
there towards centers.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's good.
That's a nice little shot.
Shooter, you can see most of it. But that middle yellow is probably not going anywhere. If any play is made on the top yellow.
I was wondering. Heel.
Trying to maybe squeeze that out, that middle yellow out into the side 4 foot. Can always peel the guard. I think that's what the team's talking about.
Yeah, I don't mind the peel of the guard.
Pretty hard to stick, eh? Looks like you only have 3/4. Can you get all of them? You can, but if you hit it a little high, that's stuffing hard. That's stuffing hard. You got to be pretty close to nose.
Too deep, we're gonna give,
Play the red. I just peel the high guard right now. They're just one, right? Okay.
I like this call.
Peel the guard.
I'm a fan.
So we're playing the out turn here.
You can really make it not friendly for yourself in the rings, I think,
Yeah, I
with
think
some of the
getting
other
rid of the
calls.
guard's a smart call.
Actually, yeah, never mind. With that 8-foot one exposed, you probably want to be at least level with me, or on the side.
kick higher would be ideal.
It's less dramatic, though,
Yeah.
the peel.
Every shot, they shot.
There you go.
I'm not quite sure. You don't like that?
Double's still available.
Yeah, I think Team MacIssac needs to delay here for a little bit. Talking about putting back the guard.
It just leaves the red one open.
It's always important which you guard, right? You know, that I think Team Manuel, right where that guard was before, is probably ideal.
Well, it caused them to think a great deal last time, so it's
Yeah.
not where Team Manuel wanted it, so put it right back.
Yeah, they'll have a red slash on the top yellow, of course.
Out turn. Seem really straight.
So I'd almost rather leave a corner, a little bit of that yellow
Yeah.
peeking out.
Yeah. Show them a little bit of red, show them a little bit of the yellow.
Line's good.
I think for something that's a
Room. Curl.
Curled a lot, but that's a pretty good result.
Got to get across the line. So they're going to have to go for
Alright, help
distance
'em.
to keep it curling.
Hard distance. Hard. Gotta
Summer
go.
Road. Is Selena dressed up? She looks like she has a puffy red wig. I'm guessing magenta from Rocky Horror. No, it is her natural. We just
Yes.
she just had an accident at the hair salon, and she was going for a different color, and this is what they gave her. And then they gave her the lipstick to match the
Yes, I regularly wear black
the orange
eyeliner on my face
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yep.
It's not a character. It's not magenta. That's a good idea, though.
gone
Just
clubbing,
a
I think.
clown. Just a weird clown. And there's the peel again. Holding pattern.
Good job.
She told me yesterday she was going to be a bus driver or something. I can't remember what it
You like
was.
that?
Or driving
Me?
a bus or something.
Oh,
I don't know if they'd let you drive a bus. Look.
I got some looks in the car. I think Halloween's so fun.
It
You
is great
just go
Halloween.
around all day and you
It's
never
great.
know what you're going to see.
That's great. No, it's fantastic.
Where?
We had characters from
Where?
Star Trek. We had Captain Kirk and Spock in the office. We had Elliot and E.T. in the bike scene
Distance.
with the red hoodie. We had a mob wife on our team.
Oh, put it right back.
A little higher up. And the red's a little more available.
9.5.
Plan, I don't know. This is a bit of a mess here.
Pin inch.
Not sure.
So this will be getting rid of the top yellow.
Run back and try to pick the one on the top button.
Keeping 2 reds in the rings.
That is a great shot.
The misses nose.
Yep. Yep.
Doesn't want to hit this narrow because he could lose his red.
Whoa. Curl.
Is if you do
Clean.
Now he's going after the guard.
cleaned anything out of the
That was
Really sure what the hell that was.
slash the red.
I'm going to call it a bad throw, Matt.
yeah. That was not what he called, and he couldn't afford to hit that in on the inside, so he got lucky and got the guard.
All week is going to be here all weekend putting the production together. So thank you to Gab.
Can you put it right back up?
I think so. Probably try and cross the center a bit more. We saw Team Manuel go for the slash with the guard just touching the center line. Team MacIssac will have to make a play eventually. We still have 3 rocks apiece left.
Toughness.
Where?
Sweepers don't want to touch this. It's hard. The
is deep.
Nathan's last rock was a high guard, and you try to adjust. Sometimes just
wanna
a
bounce.
teeny bit too much.
That's okay.
Top 12 with the use of shots, use the red one and the 8 foot. So compare
It's not bad.
I think it's
the red one by the ocean.
okay in terms of the guard. It leaves the red available for the same kind of shot,
Pin
though.
3/4.
Almost can hit it. Kind of.
I was thinking you can get at the
I was thinking he can get the
yellows.
double. Yeah,
Right.
the yellows.
A lot of rocks will be spinning after this if it's made.
Yep. Hard.
Lots of rotation, keeping it straight.
Suck him.
There we go.
That'll take that. It's
Suck him.
Made up for the last one, hey?
yeah. Well, he was tight on both of them a little bit, I think.
Yeah, when that guard of Nathan's came to rest in the rings there, I didn't know that you could get across the top and make contact, but they made that look easy. So a lot of people would look at the situation, Hugh, and probably think of hitting the red.
Full stick.
But not Calan.
He's line 2, and I think the call has come around, is it? Or
Yep.
Yeah, we're 2, so.
Settled on sort of like a.
Try and tuck a piece under that red.
just a little Christmas tree, exactly. Don't bury it all because you don't want him to because he'll just run it back and be buried. So just show him half of it. Shouldn't be a double if he's only burying half of it there.
Sweeper's out of Calan's hand, thinking it's a little heavy or a lot heavy. You can usually tell by how much they hang back.
That protects that short red slot.
Just trying to get to the nose here or get by the back one. That looks like it's close to through.
Well,
So not what they wanted there at all.
he's lying 3, but Matt just freezes right there.
Flop on top of it. I'm okay with that.
Matt doesn't want to give up a steal. He's okay to get a single.
What do you think?
But if you make a double and stick here and get a miss out of Calan, chance for a few.
Yeah. Half rock. Scoreboard says double.
Kind of came out of nowhere with that. Last 2 shots.
Yeah.
Trying to think of how.
Trouble for Calan is he's been throwing all hits all game.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing anything quiet. So that was 2 points for Duncan on sheet 8, so she takes a 3-2 lead over Team McNutt. And they're actually on skip rocks in the they're on skip rocks in the 5th end, and we're skip rocks in the 4th end.
shots are left. Not good with
Hard!
Going hard on this. Curling early to the wings. Oh, didn't even make contact with the second yellow. Interesting.
has had a lot of curls, so it should be close.
A little easier call for Calan MacIssac here than he thought he might have after his first shot. A little hit and flop. This would be to sit 3.
Board.
First miss by Matt.
Oh, wow. That's maybe a 4 with a star. That's pretty good. We're going to give Ali asking before the game to give a shout out to Maddie.
That's out there.
We're watching the game from home. So shout
Gotta
out
go.
Wide and heavy.
special shot from Ali McNabb. Like it was the right
Don't want to
time.
jam this.
So
Like to sit a couple.
watching the stream, supporting the
Oh, and the shooter just rolls too far. And again,
Quiet tap for 2, and
every shot here, the first 3 skip shots, momentum shift on a miss.
Yeah.
yeah, just a sliver low, and he's going to take a 2 that came from nowhere, really.
I do think
10.5.
I'm right
I
behind
think this will be pretty straight.
It is about a curling stone.
Nose, sliver low.
Camera just looking to see how bad does it have to be to jam this.
Well, yes, if I dead stop, it's going to be a steal. Who already shot? We're second. We're second.
Straight freeze. It's
So just got to get on the inside of this.
out of nowhere.
Should be good for a 2.
Turn the tides and also
Last shot, 4th end.
say it's not that hard.
Matt Manuel up 2, looking for 2.
11. Curl. 11. Curl. Clean.
Yeah, Teresa gave it a 4, so it's pretty good.
Clean.
And no mistake on that one. And they were a little nervous letting it go, but there's a 2-ender, and
Yellow, red, yellow for me.
Matt Manuel takes a 5.
Right way to throw it.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
Enjoy fall to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Well, we're back at it, Selena. We're going into the 5th end.
Ooh, we got a switch hammer. Sorry about that, folks. Team MacIssac once again with last rock. They'll be looking to make some noise here in the second half of the game. So far in the tournament, in their pool play, Team MacIssac 1-0, Manuel 0-1.
I think the guys are just noticing your hair.
This is going to be close.
Over in sheet 4, Team Steel tied it up 2-2.
Heartbreaker. Just a little bit of an overcurl.
Careful.
Be a steal of 1 for Team Duncan.
Running like it's heavy.
We've got a pistol on her first. Didn't quite have it on that center line, but a tricky spot.
If it took them that long to notice something weird behind the glass, I love it because that means they're focused on the game, right? Not looking at anything else.
I'm not sure what the call was here, but I'm pretty sure this wasn't it.
I don't think it would have been the back house.
No.
Faster there.
Top 4.
That might be Nick's first miss of the game, though. He's been curling really well, actually.
Yeah, missing heavy's okay, as long as it's not a guard. I think
Right.
at the point.
Exactly.
Figure out what the trivia question is. I think it is what she thought as a sharing the dog representative of Scott. That could be a good one. Mostly. Okay, welcome back to the Stu Sells, 1824 Halifax Classic. We are here at end number 6, and we have ourselves a game, Glenn, between Holly Duncan. Now we've got 4-2 Duncan lead here after 5 ends of play.
Now, firmly in the spot where
So I hadn't realized, but I should have known before, that the other two teams in the pool are the teams that are playing right now. You probably knew that, Hugh.
Girl yet.
Teams Steele and Aslan.
Yep.
So it'll be important. Steele's at 1-0, Aslan's at 0-1.
14-9, looks heavy.
So we could have an even pool, 1-1 all around after this draw.
Good job, guys.
And that would put even more importance on tomorrow's games. Team MacIssac,
1-1.
yeah, Team MacIssac, they've already played Aslan, so they will face Steele tomorrow.
And Aslan will play Manuel.
And yep. And that'll round out the three teams in the pool, and then wait to see who they cross over against.
I think they know who they're playing. No, they play another 4th game.
Oh,
Somebody in one of the other pools.
oh, sorry.
Straight.
This is my fault for not knowing the draw. I thought it was a TBD situation.
No,
Isaac. 2.
I think it's the top seed in one of the pools will play the 4th seed in the other pool, and they're already pre-seeded before the tournaments.
Oh, I see. Not seeded based on their pool play.
No.
Well, thank you for clarifying.
But that's just the round robin, and then they'll go in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all guaranteed 4 games before we go into our quarterfinals, which are
Line's fine.
Saturday night.
Tight. Okay, Nick all day, over curling. Yep. Yep, curling hard. Tight. Curling hard. Hard distance. Distance. Yeah, at least good. All right.
just get a chance to
Touch.
activate on the offense after that. He's here. So, rarely that spot to be frozen on the button.
Those games haven't been put into the draw that I can see yet, so
Mine's good.
I can't tell you who it is.
Of who they're playing?
The 4th game, yeah.
I'll let you know. Let me see.
Room, girl.
I know somebody. You know somebody.
Girl. Way out there. It's gotta move. It's gotta move a lot. Hard. Gotta go. That rock straight.
So in their last game, the men's teams out here tonight are in the C pool. Aslan, Manuel, Steele, and MacIssac, and they'll cross over with the D pool, which consists of Tremblay, Champ, McDougall, and Mosier. So we have Manuel will actually play Brent McDougall in his last game. And Steele will play Champ.
Clean. Curl. So big. Clean.
Aslam will play Mosier. And that means MacIssac will play Tremblay.
Okay, so we promised some trivia.
Thank you.
There you go. How about that?
Yeah.
We already talked about our 2 coaches. Coach for Team McNutt, Teresa McNutt, not McBurney.
Nice shot there, Jeff Maher, just making a very soft weight
We are looking
hit on the
for
shot stone behind the 2 corner guards,
combined
and rolls the shooter to the back 8 foot. For Team MacIssac, still work to do here. They've got the 2 corners, so Owen Fisher
All you.
throwing his second of 2 stones, playing that come around again. They'd like this a little higher in the rings, a little more buried.
if you can tell me
Make use of those corner guards.
have been represented.
All right, you gotta go. Not moving.
So give the chat, all 145 of you, a little bit of time to think.
I think that's that yellow rock that
Same, yeah.
he's thinking is a little
Owen has
straight of
struggled
bones.
this game, and it's
Hack, Cam.
this is not curling as his rocks don't seem to be curling as much as the others.
I mean, the rock's buried. It's just we're seeing a lot of movement from everybody, except it seems to be that one stone.
Holding you accountable. The chat.
Right, wait, camera should have no problem getting to this.
Easy. Yeah, just
All these
more,
men's
just
teams
hack.
are their next
Curl.
draw is at
Hack.
4:30 tomorrow. They only play one
Lead.
draw tomorrow, and then 9 a.m. on.
Lead, yep. Just hack.
So they'll play
Straight.
9 and then 4 on Saturday.
Whoa.
Oof, that was a little close
Very close.
to the top one.
And
Wow.
a lot of red.
Again, that's just through weight, maybe hack.
Nick.
Soft weight. They've been throwing those nicely this game.
Yeah, I saw the top of the heel, a weight call signal that I could never pull off, but it's assume that's like a half weight.
There we go. I love it. I mean, you might not be able to tap or heel, but I can't throw hack weight to save my life. So, not a good combination behind the glass here, but that's why we're behind the glass.
So it looks like he's playing quiet hit.
Yeah, with that ice, it's you got to navigate the port. I don't think you can do it with
Yep.
any kind of draw weight.
All right, gotta go.
Maybe board.
It was on the curly side, so
Got to get this by the
Very
guard, though. The
tight.
soft weight will move.
Very tight. He's on the guard.
Want to get the shooter out of the way, though.
Yeah, you don't want to block off your draw.
So no real need to peel those corner guards for Team Manuel. They're happy to sit 4 all around that center line area. I know they're in the back of the rings, but they have to be dealt with by Team MacIssac, so just guard the situation.
Yeah. Just taking away that left side for MacIssac for a draw with those yellows that are there.
Time. Line's good.
Halfway tight. You can sit down. Sit.
You can see the sweeping super effective if you catch it early, right? If the sweeper or the thrower is a little tight, you can hold it out.
Pretty tight.
Hard, Nick. Distance.
We're getting tight. We're tight.
Oh. Yep.
It's not a bad shot.
Oh. Great shot, Cam. Good, Cam.
Can open this one up. Needs Calan needs a nice shot by Nathan Gray here. And,
16-2.
otherwise, Calan's going to be facing a bundle again.
Yeah. 16-2.
And this one's coming fast.
good spot in the top.
Doesn't connect with anything in the rings, unfortunately. So we'll have a repeat.
Your first answer to the trivia question.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
just say to coach who responded, Maggie, we're not looking for how many appearances Kelly McGraw has made. We're looking for the coach.
That was a really very fast shot by Nathan, and he was off right away.
Same spot.
Yeah. The shooter does
A little higher, if anything.
stick around.
I don't even think so, Nick.
Maybe not where you want
Matt would like to take the rock and place it right back where it was before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a foot high.
High enough that the run's hard, tight enough that something played around it is hard. Just to make it harder for the other team.
Something's going to change here.
Yep.
Okay, halfway tight. Looks heavy. To the dot. Line's good. Just
To the dot.
All of a sudden,
pretty tight.
So we have the markings out on the ice. You hear them saying the dot. There they are. Those are for mixed doubles. That's where you know how to place the rocks when you're setting up for mixed doubles.
A little warmer than you wanted there, Selena, but
Oh yeah. Probably doesn't affect things, but the key thing for Calan is he can make a shot here and stick his shooter behind those guards, just in case he can get the Reds moving enough that shooter can come into play.
Just off. He might get a few of these remnants going and could bury.
Think he's playing the intern or the outturn? I think the intern.
Yes, he is. He's playing the he's playing the outturn, it looks like. Yeah, he's playing the outturn.
That is not a lot of ice for the outturn.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe got that going a little bit.
You can tell what he thinks of that shot right away. Yeah, he's not taking any.
Yeah,
he's taking almost negative ice.
Yeah, it's been the outturn in the first end, and now here in the fifth. This one was inside out, which we've seen movement for most people's rocks, so I'm not surprised. I think he probably isn't throwing them the greatest, which is part of the frustration. It's you think you get the ice that's going to make it and you miss. It's really frustrating.
So Matt will be just trying to put a guard up, I believe, or maybe even top 12. Let him have his draw. I think he's
tough draw.
He's only thrown one draw, I think, for the whole game, and he was heavy on it. So
Try and get it to the top line.
every other shot that Calan has been throwing is the high hard one.
Basically doesn't leave him a shot to score. Okay. Yeah, 15 and a half. Gotta be T-line here.
It's a cruel game, really. It's like, how do we prevent the other team from having a shot?
So if I come up short, it's a guard, then yeah, that's fine. Okay, so 15 a quarter, 15 and a half. 15 and a half, yeah.
So he wants this a little lighter and maybe a little further over, closer to the broom than the last one. Try and take away that very difficult draw to the button that Calan will have.
We've seen a few good shots so far, but this is pretty
Back eight!
odd in the game.
Back eight's a little more than they were wanting.
It's okay, back four. It's good. Close, yep.
Oh, were they talking about
Maybe coming around.
bump? Oh,
It's really good.
I missed that
T-line.
completely.
Curl!
Against high side, then
Well, this is one way to make the shot impossible if you cover the pin. Got awful close.
Wow.
That'll work.
That might have done it.
Great. Yeah.
Crossed it enough that any kind of a double or triple, you lose your shooter. If you make the double on the top reds, you're not rolling in enough to score. Bump the red far enough that the drag effect isn't going to be there.
It's going to be a tough shot. There's not much of that button he can see.
Yeah.
This will be all about the line, the sweeping, the weight. It's a full team shot here. For 1 against 5.
5. And if this does not, if he doesn't make this one, Selena, we could have some early handshakes.
I'll give him a good shot to get it in the full 4. Button's the tough one. Last shot, fifth
It's
end.
there. He can get shot.
Good. Line early, line early, line early. Hold the line. Line's good. Looks light. Line. Easy.
Sweepers get the say on the weight.
Don't think it's light.
I don't think they'd mind touching that one. There we go.
Oh, not a bad shot though. He
So
gets
that's
this
a
one.
single red.
It gives up one, sorry. Not bad. That was pretty tough. That was a pretty near spot, a tiny spot to get to. So a steal of 1, and we have a 6-1 game here after 5 ends, and we go into end 6, and MacIssac will get the hammer back.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
We are back. Sixth end. Manuel MacIssac, 6-1. Manuel leads. They're up first after a steal of 1 in the fifth end. And Team MacIssac, good to only give up a single. Won't feel great to them, but Calan MacIssac was facing 5 and made a pretty good draw to the 4 foot.
Heck of a shot.
And his weight was perfect. If that red hadn't been in the way, it would have been on the button.
Play the weight. Jeff all day. Line's fine. Line's fine.
No mistake from Nick there. Top 4 foot. In the rings, top house. And that gets us started here in the 6th. Draw 9 of the Stu Sells 1824 Halifax Classic here at the Halifax Curling Club. I know it's a work week and I know it's Halloween, so I can understand why you're not here tonight when you're watching online. But tomorrow
it'll be rocking upstairs. I think the live entertainment starts tomorrow. Pretty quiet upstairs tonight. I think most people sticking home and probably listening in on the live streams. But I think tomorrow it could be a busy place.
Yeah, we've got two times for live music. 4:30 to 6:30 for you early birds, and then the party gets really started 8:30 to 11 o'clock, and games are going all the way. I think draw times are the same tomorrow, so 9 a.m., 12:45, 4:30, and 8:15 is the last draw tomorrow. So the club will be rocking here on South Bland in the south end of Halifax. And on the weekend, Saturday morning, we've got floor curling. If you've never tried curling, or maybe you have kids, you want to get into it, friends you want to introduce to the idea of the sport, come on up upstairs in the lounge. There'll be floor curling. And of course, it's 10 to 2. And you can learn, if you like it, learn more about Learn to Curl programs here at the Halifax Curling Club. And then Saturday night, the East Coast party. That is guaranteed to be a wicked time. Oysters serve from 6 to 8 and tunes starting at 8:30, and it'll go till late, so show up anytime.
It doesn't even say when they stop. It just says 8:30 plus.
And at 8:15, that's when the quarterfinals are on for the men's and women's.
Yep.
And if you're really into it, we got Sunday brunch as well, serving Caesar's mimosas. And a delicious brunch from the kitchen.
Gotta go.
And all weekend there's bar specials, and the full schedule's at halifaxcurl.com. And I've promptly lost track of
Well, we got a couple
rocks.
of cards.
Lead rocks are through.
And a couple of rocks in play for Team Manuel. And
Get their single. They'll be down 4-3. Holly Duncan with hammer playing 7.
a little unfortunate those two corner guards are not quite lined up. Room to come around, but a little closer to the center line than Team MacIssac would like. We're on to second stones here. Jeff Marr.
Real tight. Running a little. Yeah, really tight. Top 12. Okay, line's good. Trying. Like to see. Where are you? Really tight. Top 12.
Any relation to
Maybe not in. Okay, cam only.
Not a call with anything. Do I get the
Good shot,
sheet floor. I don't know if you looked over, Selena.
All right, hello.
Colton made a nice double and hit behind corner guards. Now Felix now has no choice but to draw for a single.
Results of our trivia question. So the question, for those of you who may have missed it, was
I did miss that. I almost thought there were no stones in the rings, but it's way, way over on the side.
Coming
No
really
choice.
fast. I think it.
Line's good.
I don't know if that's going to stop, is it?
Breen
All you.
and
I don't think that's going to stop in time.
in the building.
It's a steal of 1 for Team Steel. Well,
Curl.
looked like Aslam was set up. I was watching that at the corner of my eye, or that end, and looked like Aslam was going to easily take a deuce. And
Appearances, but not know what Teresa's was. And Sherry has been
Those are those sneaky ends. One big shot really changes everything.
Ryder in the chat.
So that comes up a little light, and Matt's going to take away one of those corner guards and roll to the center.
The current coach, Team MacIssac, rode 15 feet to our right. Also sent in a text answer and was aware.
Whoa, curl.
11 tournament of hearts.
Curl.
Craig,
Clean.
what were the
Straight peel. Almost clipped their own top tight right guard there from Jeff.
10 appearances for
He didn't look too concerned about it.
So thank you all for participating. Appreciate that.
So Calan asking
Number 7.
Just back line.
Owen to tap the yellow in, and then have roll his shooter to be corner guard.
Yeah, I like this call. That rock's not super useful where it is. It's blocking a draw path,
Yeah.
and it's not in the rings, so
Well, if he
may as well
misses
make use of
exactly
it.
what I called it'd be a heck of a shot.
You're down 1.
Gotta get creative sometimes. Hey, you're down 5 points.
Well, they don't have they didn't bring their A game tonight, so they got to make,
Clean.
they can turn around, make some nice shots, and
Close. Girl.
they're a stronger team than the scoreboard would indicate. They're just struggling tonight. It's pretty close, but
Ooh. Interesting.
well,
Not quite the call, but an interesting result nonetheless. Matt's saying, I think you can see enough.
I think you
Just
can pick that
pick it out.
See about a little over a quarter of the rock,
Nice, Cam.
third of the rock.
Grace asked me before the game to give a shout out to her dad.
I don't think they'd be too upset if this wicks the yellow on the way by either.
This one is Grace's dad.
Yeah, you can play this one tight. Or wide, sorry.
Yep. Hard.
This one's on the line early.
Yeah, he's got to take his own red off.
Coach Atherton.
Good, Cam.
Appreciate watching from home there. So
That's fine. It's always dead jam back there.
So Team MacIssac, they've got to move these red stones and deal with them at some point. They have 4 rocks left. You can always play like a little soft waiter, kind of like what the call on the last one was, and jiggle those a bit.
That's what I was thinking. Just a little. Don't play a hit. Just play like back 8, back 12 type of week. You're moving a bunch of rocks around and hitting a little behind.
The risk or the result could be that you hit it a little too full.
It looks hot.
And you leave a big weight double on the yellow. So the draw is the call as a result.
Good.
Lucky you get into guarding 2 rocks and forfeit for 3 or 4 rocks in the game.
All right, you gotta go.
This one looks like it's grinding and slowing down.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem to want to carry.
that one just really moved a lot.
That's not in. Just a little low, Cam.
So no need to worry about what's outside with that not being in the rings.
Good, yeah, that might be better than here, because you see doubles at 3.
Clean. Curl.
Just a 10, nothing too heavy here.
Hard, Jeff. Curl.
Anywhere close to no should do it.
It's not bad. Okay. Okay.
Nice to keep the shooter out front too.
Hard, though.
Does he get all of these here, Selena?
Yeah, you can get a lot moving.
Didn't work out very well.
Yeah, he can get out of here. He can get rid of those reds and hide behind those yellows. And
Roll underneath here for Allison.
Yep, yes.
Called out
Gotta
of
go.
Nathan's hand.
Hard.
I feel like that's been a few times tonight.
not going to save the shooter.
Really wanted to keep that shooter around
Yeah.
in behind all those yellow rocks.
See the little touch that
we can't fully see the throwers throwing, but just noticing a lot of times the call is straight out of their hands here. So I just wonder if it's the team's just throwing a little tight.
I don't hate an inch more.
And if you can just adjust the ice there.
Subtle communication tactics.
Just split center, top 8. Okay. I don't think there's a whole lot of point in hitting that yellow. Okay.
I agree with Matt. I think this late in the end, you may as well just come around there, and it'll act as a guard. And
just keep it clean.
A guard and a counter.
15 a quarter. Yeah.
15. That's such nice speed for if you curl on your Monday, Tuesday. Reckley, you're probably not throwing a 15 hog to hog.
15 and a quarter.
Line's good.
Yeah, speedy ice. You'd be pitching your rocks through the rings on this ice. But it's nice to throw on. It has a lot of room for touch shots, so you're seeing a lot of those down weight shots.
Butt in the board.
They want to tuck a piece of this, get it a little under that guard.
Dandy shot.
Nicely done.
You'll also notice the difference, Selena, not only the speed, which will be a lot quicker than what most people are playing in their club, also the curl. So a lot of club curlers will throw what we would refer to more of a lazy handle.
Yeah, the lob shot.
Yeah, and
just let it go.
You throw that kind of shot in this ice, it's going to end up on start on one side of the sheet and end on the other. And that's why you'll see these guys throwing a lot of rotation on their shots. And just kind of, if you're watching, just kind of watch the number of rotations on a draw that they have. Even the hits.
One of my favorite exercises in Learn to Curl, and I probably get hated for it, but I think it makes the newer curlers better, which is why I get them to do it. Count your rotations. Just throw a rock, count how many before it stopped, how many times did it go around, and you'll surprise yourself because it's usually like 2. And if we can get you to target 3 to 4, you'll be a little more consistent.
Yes. Whoa. Yes. Hard.
Can you get the high side of this? And they needed that to curl up a little bit more. Matt will have this just available to pick out. That was so close to perfect. Just to curl up a hair, and the raised rock would have rolled behind the guards.
Just feel it out. Yeah.
He wants to just pick it out. He doesn't want to lose his back one.
Clean. Clean.
Nothing fancy. Don't need to keep the shooter. Just get rid of the yellow. And mission accomplished.
Nice shot.
Sooner or later, you just have to.
That's a nice throw.
And so when you have hammer and you're down a bunch, you don't really want to blank. We're looking at the scoreboard. Do we? Maybe Calan hasn't made his mind up.
It takes a while to get into it.
Yeah, this game might be over quickly.
He's saying if you take one, we're still down 4 without hammer.
Does he have this?
Oh, yeah.
he got it.
I think they were playing to stick around. Little laugh out of Nathan there. That'll be a blank.
Handshakes,
and handshakes.
Handshakes. And we're going to end this game. I think we'll be. I think we're going to be hopping over to sheet 4, but that final is 6-1. Team Manuel over Team MacIssac, and both teams will go to 1-1. And we will hop over, I believe, to sheet 4, where we have Team Aslan versus Team Steel. We'll just take a little bit of time to get over there, but hopefully you'll stick with us and we can watch that game.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
Thank you. Good game. How was your game?
So we're over to we're on sheet 4.
Obviously, you want to skate, but freezing the backward is not bad, especially when they skate backward. A long story to get to that.
And everybody's down at the other end.
They're all down at the other end, yeah. There we are. So Team Esselin's throwing red. It looks like red is sitting shot rock. Shooting 1, 4, and 5, and yellow are number 2 and 3.
I'm gonna give them. I'm not gonna do the rocks, but I'll give them each a color so that you know who's which color there too. Still on third stones though.
Yeah, they're only playing with 3 players. 2 players. They're only playing with 3 players. It's Martin Crete, the second/third, is on his second stone. So this is what would typically be the third's first stone.
Come down with the freeze to try to.
You don't want to give up 2. Being down 3 is very different.
Looking to draw in here, Selena.
Yeah, it's looking good. They're going hard for line.
Does he get by? No.
Oh.
Right now.
And a little spin back. I think.
And I
he
don't think it's good enough for second shot either.
No.
So the red that's behind the yellow in the top 8, it's not quite biting the top 4 is the shot stone, then the back 8-foot yellow, and then the red that was just thrown. That's 1, 2, 3. Aslan coming into this with a record of 0-1. Steele with a record of 1-0. So depending on how things go, we know that our other game evened everything at 1-1. We could have a tied pool after this if Steele or if Aslan can get the win.
Force them to manufacture 2 refrigerated.
Team Steele without hammer. You always want to junk up the middle, but not usually when it means the other team's going to get a bunch of points in the 4-foot. There's a double on the reds, but you'd leave the 4-foot open. So they're just looking at where else they can put a stone to really like not give up a deuce here, I think. So going on the outturn side, playing a draw to the top 4-foot. Pretty delicate shot here. And we have Kerry McLean throwing. He's the third on Team Steel.
I was thinking, what's the difference in the sound? And it's, these players aren't mic'd because
No.
they're just joining this sheet. So Kerry McLean looking to draw in. Saying top 4, top 8.
Either one, you want to be
I don't think it's top 4, top 8. Maybe I was hearing other people.
So coming up a little light on that.
Just introduce the teams that we got out here. Team Asselin lead Jean-Francois Trepanier. Martin Creed is second stone. Normally Jean-Michel Menard. 2006 Brian Champ is the third. And Felix Asselin throwing skip rocks. And for Team Steel, we have at lead Robbie McLean. Second, Paul Dexter, who's new to the team this year. Kerry McLean at third, and Colton Steele is throwing skip rocks.
I think that's a little but you're still up. You're up to it. And good spot to be. Walk and 8.
Team Steel just missed out in the playoffs qualification, and Dave Jones.
Yeah. Aslan not in that tournament last weekend.
No.
2 big tournaments back to back here in Halifax, though. See a lot of the same teams. The local teams playing in both. You got to take advantage when you're at home and you can have these tournaments.
You want to go on and compete, you got to play some games before you get to the big show, and so it's nice to have a couple of big events like that in the city.
And of course, this is the club, Halifax Curling Club, where provincials are going to be hosted this year.
Yeah.
So nice to get some play. The same, we would hope and expect the same ice conditions. Martin Crete there. Will this one settle? They don't want that behind the tee line, and it just stops. Oh, that's a pretty good result there.
Could freeze to it, though, and make it a little difficult. Yeah, it'll be different rocks, though, Selena.
True, the provincial rocks, yeah.
And I think these are new provincial rocks this year.
Ooh, I hadn't heard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think they are new.
Well, I'll be excited to see. We got to throw out the old rock books.
1824 Halifax. Stu Sells Classic. We have ourselves a game right now. Holly Duncan up 6-3 on team.
This is tough for Team Steel here. They're looking at potentially giving up a few if they don't make a good one here. Down to skip rocks.
I like the freeze.
Yeah, I think you're pretty much conceding that you could be giving up a deuce if you make that. There'd be a tap on the wide red on the other side, the intern side.
Well, I like the freeze because on your first, freeze here. And then Felix has got a choice to make because Felix can bump up his other red on line 2, but then Colton can come down and bump, just do the same thing, and pretty tough just for them to score more than one. So, but it's really important. This is a tough shot, but it's going to be frozen. Could really get himself out of trouble here. I know Colton. If you know Colton, he likes to throw the big, heavy ones. So,
if there's something he's known for, I think that would be it. Yeah.
He's a soft one here.
Take a W. Isaac. On sheet 4, we have a game playing 7 still between Team Steel and Team Asselin. Steel up 6 to
Sweepers trying to hold it out there.
It's all there. It needs a curl.
Really got a curl. That's
You
Paul
do
Dexter
not
working on
wanna
it.
Be wide and heavy. Oh, that is not the shot he wanted.
That's a wick, but not.
Now, Felix
Not in the
is
right
gonna
way.
Draw, freeze right in there, and he's looking at a.
Got both teams doing what they need to do for the
Three is very much in play now, right?
Very much in play.
So you're at the same time, like, Felix will be looking at what do I have, but also what does the other team have? And I think Colton would very much like to play off the yellow stone that he just threw. So Felix saying,
So is Felix
well,
going to hit the yellow? Felix is gonna
yeah,
hit the yellow.
he's going to make the shot first. I love the call. So
Yeah, that's
probably
a great call.
if Colton doesn't make a really good one on his next, you'll just have a tap for 3. If he guards the tap, you'll have the draw.
Yeah. Well, he makes this if he's sitting 3 and then has another drop tap for 4. He could. If Colton doesn't make his last.
You're talking about where you could end up. They were looking a little bit, I think, at the freeze, like how far can we roll that if Colton were to freeze to the top red, like how can we count that? I think it's super important.
I think he could roll quite a distance. As long as you stay full 4.
You just don't want to nose it, right, Hugh?
No, you don't want to nose
Nose
it
would
at
be
all.
no good.
Well,
It would be nose good.
oh my.
You didn't think I'd bring the dad jokes, did you?
Oh my heavens.
Here we are.
Stephen, I think your daughter got a hold of your dad joke book.
He's not a dad joke kind of guy.
No,
I
he
came
isn't,
up with
is he?
these
Yeah.
all on my own. I don't know if that's better or worse.
I don't know if I'd be telling people that.
I'm just jealous. I have a friend who's really good at puns.
Really
and,
going hard in this one, Slaney.
It's not me.
Oh,
Watch the roll.
He came very close to disaster.
Oy. Do you know what just happened, though?
He's
He
lying
chipped
4
the
now.
yellow, and he's lying 4 as a result. That was
Undeserved.
oof. Oof, oof, oof.
That was darn near disaster.
So I think Colton could still play that freeze. I don't know if he can see enough of that red at the back 8 to make a play on the intern side.
I think he's got to play the same shot, but make it. You just threw it, Colton. That's the shot.
Might be looking at like, can I play a hit, big weight, but I think you missed. You're giving up 3, or you have a bad jam, you're giving up more.
You can't
I
tell
think
how
this
much you
is the
can
call.
see here. Yeah, just nuzzle right in there. He's got a tough, he's got a tap. Taps are not always easy.
As long as it's biting the forefoot,
Yeah.
you're forcing Felix into the tap for the second point.
You got to watch the angle too. Like you don't.
Yeah, you don't want to sit on like half or 2/3
Yeah,
of a rock
just
and leave a hit. Yeah,
You leave a hit.
It'll be almost nose, I
Felix
think.
Could, depending on where that red one could jam back on the yellow. Just perfect freeze. Nothing to it.
I don't know if we'll ever have a consensus on what the toughest shot in curling is, Hugh, but the freeze is a contender. Could also be like the double run triple. I don't know. Maybe.
As you're going hard on it.
behind cover. And you have last rock, which brings 3.
They like the line. They got to get it there for
It
weight.
has the legs. It's a good shot.
The opposition sits.
And it's light.
Oh, not there. Little heavy on his first, little light on his second. Sweepers tried their hardest to get that there.
So it'll be a draw for 5.
Out of nowhere after a near disaster on Felix's first. How do you What a funny predicament to be in. How do we get our 5th point?
I think this is the right side. Maybe. Whatever you know, what side you know best. You can get your 5th point both sides.
Yeah, there's, I think, a little more room here. And I think this rock will be spinning.
I think if this is a 5, I think you're gonna.
Oh, Team Steel up 1. And looking good for a force to a single or to 2, and they're out of nowhere. Chance for 5. Felix Asselin.
Yeah, that 2 little misses by Colton. Reject handshakes if it's 5, and we'll continue if it's 4.
Yeah, 1 end to go, down 4. Not ideal. Will this stop? Oh, this looks perfect.
Pretty good.
Perfect. Biting the forefoot for a big score of 5.
Well, Selena, it's been a exciting evening, and that one's going to finish up with a 5, and it's going to be a 7-3 final for Team Aslan. And so now Pool C now has 4 teams all at 1-1. It'll be a nail biter the next couple of days. See who makes it to the playoffs. So you can certainly tune in to our other sheets still going on in Sheet 8. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Again, thank you to our presenting sponsors, Steel Subaru and Neon Train, and that's it for tonight. Thank you, Selena. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
See ya.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.